Hello and welcome to Let's Program with Ciantier. I'm Ciantier, and today I'm going to continue working on the Task Tracker program, which is gotten fairly thoroughly done. There's a few things that I want to do left. So one of the ones is add a lot more task modules to do stuff, because I want a little bit more that I can do with them. The kind of pressing additional stuff, is just thinking through between recording sessions, I guess, for stuff that I want, excuse me, for stuff that I want to have as functionality. And there's a couple of things that came to mind. So the first one is giving this a context menu. I don't know what the difference between a context menu and a context menu strip is, but whatever. Now this is a little, what's the right word? I need to set this up here. Context menu strip, notify icon, context menu equals new. What is? Okay, well, whatever. I don't care about that. So that's going to be able to be this. So the idea then here is that set up the context menu for the notification icon. So the idea here is that this will allow me to, with one of those guys, I'll be able to right-click on it and get stuff to happen. Let's see, there's something that, yes, if you left-click, it does that. Now, I did have this capability. I'm not sure that I'm going to make use of that, per se. I might. So something that I might do there, actually, is just thinking a little bit about, is this something that I could make use of? Is this something that I could make useful? I might be able to let's see. There's not like a hover. Is there like a I'm looking for something that like would indicate, oh, this shows up when. Nope, nothing that really. There's double click, there's single click. This would occur, I would assume, when the thing has popped up. So yeah, I don't really have a good way of doing it, but I could make potential use of it for like last task to send a notification or something. If I wanted to do that, but I'm not sure that I need to. It's the sort of thing where it would be nice with the schedule thing to like have it set to the the next due item, and I might do that still, or the next like few. That's something that I might consider. But for now, context menu. So there's a couple of things that I know that I want to do here. One of them involves a new form. So I'm going to add a Windows form. So this one's going to be random task form. And this is just going to, I don't know, look kind of like this. Probably not have the maximize button. Where's my maximize button? It's down here, maximize box. Doesn't need that. I'm going to go ahead and leave minimize with this, and I'm going to take a second to give myself a note. Random task form icon. Just that way I have a note off to the side that I can reference to remember, hey, I need to check, or I need to give this thing a proper icon. Okay, so the purpose of this is mostly to have this label. And this, actually, never mind this. I have the perfect thing. Search result. Oh boy, that exploded. Okay, yeah, it doesn't like adding a search result, I know why. Okay, so what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna have this take a task, task, and task owner. Owner equals task. It's yelling at me because this, say it with me now, internal. Okay, and then, okay, I just did that assignment, I don't need to do it again. So let's make a search view dot search result info equals new task. Actually, I probably don't even need to do this, honestly. Now that I'm thinking about it. So info dot location equals new point 0, 0. Client size equals info dot size and controls dot add info. There we go. That's all that this really needs to do. I'm gonna go ahead and go form. Let's go form border style right here and go from sizable to like fixed single. None? None makes it just look like that, which has its uses, by the way. If you want to do like a borderless window, use that. Like that's fixed 3D. Fixed single looks like that. Fixed dialog looks like that. Fixed tool window looks like that. Sizable tool window basically is the same thing, but you can resize it. Sizable is, what you're used to. We're going to go with fixed single because that basically does what I want. Actually, you know what? No, let's go with fixed 3D because that looks a little bit nicer, I think, for my purposes. So all this is going to do is just pop up a thing with a task in it. So, let's see. Is there anything else that I need to specifically do? I don't think so. So what I'm going to do now is this is going to be useful for a piece of functionality that I want to have. So let's actually set up some global hotkeys. Okay, so now I need to remember how to do this. Let's see. This is something that I did once a long time ago in my music playing program. And it's been a while since I've done it, so is it like register hotkey? Something like that. Well, that register hotkey. Something like that. Yeah, it's a good old C++ function though. It'd be useful, don't get me wrong. But that's not C#. So let's go ahead and look up the Stack Overflow. Oh, so it's doing that. Is that the... Okay, so it looks like you might have to import it from some other stuff to be able to kind of process it. So that's something that I might look into in between stuff just to see if that's how I did it. Because I might just need to like import it that way. Let's see, system.windows. Input has some stuff, but it doesn't have what I'm using. Why am I hearing random thumping noises? I don't know if the random thumping noises are coming through the microphone, by the way. It's something that I notice. What's in design? Huh. Okay, well, I don't know. It's something that I notice sometimes is when I'm watching other people is they'll discuss some sort of noise that they hear and it doesn't get picked up on the microphone, even though it sounds really loud like it should. So I definitely generally try not to call out stuff just because I'm aware of that. But it's very bizarre, and I'm not doing anything terribly interesting at the moment. So nothing in here that. So I want to set up some global hotkeys to like bring it up or bring up a random thing. I'm not going to like at the moment necessarily do that because I want to look up how I did it in the past. So I might do that between episodes, is figure out, okay, how do I set up global hotkeys, and then come back to you. It might just be doing the import thing like what was shown there. There might have been something else that I did. I'm just not going to look into it too much because I have other things that I want to do. So menu, let's see. Items, yeah. So it's a tool strip item. Can I? Like these can get pictures, but I don't need pictures. Okay, so let's just make a tool strip item. TSI equals new tool strip item. Oh. Okay, so is it like context? Let's see. Strip item collection. Maybe it's a menu item. Tool strip menu item. Cool, that's what I need. TSMI, because that's what I do. Okay. And this can get some text, so there's a couple of things I know I'm going to need here. So this is going to be a series of things. I don't necessarily need a show, but I'm going to include one. Show. I'm actually going to call it open window. TSMI dot click plus equals CM open window. Okay. And this is just going to resurrect window. Then we add it. That's all well and good. Add menu item for opening the window. This needs a semicolon on the end, like any sane code. So, okay. So there's a few other things that I want. I'm just going to reuse the TSMI variable. There's no reason not to, because once I've added it, I don't need to keep the local copy. kind of referenced random task. And this right here is going to VM random task. Okay. Task menu item. There's also something else that I think could be useful, which would be like a suspend the timer or something like that. Something along those lines. The idea of it, by the way, would be suspending the timer would prevent notifications from popping up. If you wanted to have a period where you'd be like, okay, no notifications are going to pop up, but it will bank them, if that makes sense. So I think I might add that. Suspend timer to temporarily turn off notifications. Suspend timer. I should really copy like that one. CM suspend timer. Okay, so these are like the three major things that I can see wanting to have. So I'm going to go ahead and line. This is just going to be a hyphen and not do anything. And then exit. I need to remember to add my, excuse me, my ampersands. So I'm gonna actually make the W, the R, and the T. Okay. So now I have a bunch of stuff that does things. This one's going to... Now this is an interesting question. Do I make this just exit, or do I make it like do a confirm? I think I'll just make it exit. And exit. That's all that needs to do. This is going to be the random task form RTF. Now this is actually a good question. Thinking about how I need to do this, I might as well actually go into like what this thing's purpose is. Instead of having it take a thing like this and whatever, what I'm going to actually do is go task equals task dot all tasks dot then I'm going to go ahead and add a static to this. This is literally the only place that cares about it. Random RNG equals new, and then RNG dot next. So this is really important to know. This right here will give you a 0, but this is including the 0, and the max value is exclusive. So this is where you need to kind of know a little bit of mathematical terminology. Exclusive upper bound means that it will not return that value. So notice how this said inclusive lower bound, exclusive upper bound. So right here we can just go task.alltasks.count, and it will give us a random item between those. The other thing is this should probably have something like if task.alltasks.count is equal to 0, else do this. Message box.show no tasks to random, no tasks. Actually, you know, instead of that, let's just go ahead and make a label. L equals new label, label L dot text equals no tasks available. L dot text align equals middle center. L dot size equals client size. L dot location equals new point 0, 0, and then controls dot add L. Text equals no tasks. Okay, so all this is going to do right here is just like, if there are no tasks, when we try to ask this thing to pop up, it'll be like, hey, there's no tasks. If there are tasks, then it will pick one at random, and it will assign basically the no, because category will be in there, but I was thinking of adding like category, the category thing before task. So actually, let's go ahead and do that because I think that's interesting. Task.category ID dot as category dot toString plus let's make it a slash like that. That will put the information about it. So this is going to like pick a random task, load up its info in a search result, which displays what we want. Change the title of the window. Set information to display the lack of tasks. Okay, so this means that all we need to do over here is, rather than worry about where else we're getting a random task from, we just RTF equals new RTF dot show. That's all we need to do there. This thing is launched, running on its own, whatever. We don't care about it. We don't need to keep track of it or anything, I don't think. I do want to do this same behavior through a menu item in the main window. And at least for now, I want to also set it up on a global hotkey. But like I said, until I have the how I'm doing global hotkeys thing, I'm not going to set that up. Now, suspend timer is a little bit more complicated. This is going to need to interact with the main window. So I'm going to need to figure out how I want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here, and I'm going to make a public bool suspend timer equals false. Come down to this right here and go if suspend timer return. So if we're suspending the timer, we just don't do anything. We'll need this in a sec, so I'm going to actually go ahead and leave that open for now. So all this needs to do then is main window dot suspend timer equals not main window dot suspend timer, and then the other thing that I want to do is sender should be a I don't need sender twice. A tool strip menu item, I believe it was. Dot checked equals the same. So I'm just going to move that over there. Let that assignment fall through. Just make sure everything's formatted nice and pretty. Okay, so now the question is this working? Let's find out. So first, let's build it, make sure nothing explodes in the build process. I don't think it will, but I just want to make sure. Build succeeded. That's cool. Okay, then there's our window. Let's go ahead and hide it. Right-click on this. Oh, I need to do... Oh, that's right. It's a different type of item. I need to update that. So suspend timer, doing that. Okay, now that's marked. Click that. It's unmarked. I don't necessarily want to test that right away, but random task pops up, the only task that we have. Obviously, this kind of gets a bit hidden because we don't have tons of stuff there. But, I want to leave it minimizable. You can see right here, it's like test bed, tester, whatever. And that's okay. I don't mind that being kind of cut off. But then we can go ahead and just close it, and it goes away. Good. Don't want it. And then open window, pops up the window. That's good. That's what we want. And exit, closes the program, which is also what we want, which is good. I do actually want to throw a breakpoint right there because I want to make sure that the exit exits properly. So this is a different sort of thing. I need to remember what this is called. New tool strip menu item. Let's see. Overflow, what is this? Manages, creates a container within which other controls can share horizontal or vertical space. Interesting. Tool strip progress bar? Oh, first add a strip. Sure, that makes sense. Tool strip separator. That's what I'm looking for. Except instead of doing all this business, let's just do that. Okay, let's see if that is doing what I expect it to. Yeah, okay, that makes the separator. And exit does indeed go through the save, so that's all hunky-dory. That's just why I want to double check. I was like 99% sure that it did, but I wanted to make that last, little bit. Okay, so that concludes the context menu. So I'm done with that aspect for the moment. I wanted to go ahead and come over here, and I wanted to add a few things. Notably, during this, I kind of want to... Actually, there is one test that I want to do. But let's see. Because I can update the text on the notify icon so that way when you hover over it, which you can't see it right now, but when I hover over my music player, you see how it shows information about the current track. I could potentially add something about the next due task and have that information collected right here. Just something like what's the one with the lowest due date or whatever. But I'm not sure I necessarily want to add that. That adds some additional tracking here. So I'm not sure if I want to do that. I might do it when you're in the schedule view control. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it'd be able to give enough information there that would be useful. So I'm not sure that I'm going to bother with that. It's one of those things that kind of sounds nice in theory, but I'm not sure that it's actually practical in practice. So we're going to just, oh, right. This designer's forked now. Because the search parameters, yeah, it doesn't like the way the search parameters work. That's super awkward. So let's just go ahead and go into search parameters for a moment. It's this bit right here. I don't think it likes this bit. I had to guess. Let's just go ahead and take this and comment it out for the moment. And see if that lets me view the designer. Okay, maybe not. What is this? Oh, it's not this. Not this at all. This doesn't use add range. This right here. Because this thing is null. So I should be able to fix that by coming in here. Let's see. Actually, no, this is really easy. If program.taskModule_names does not equal null. Let's see if I do that. That should hopefully. Yay! I fixed it. That's good. So I put this under file. That's the actual question that I have now. Under edit, I'm just gonna put random task here. I'm gonna make this like Control R, I think. I don't think I'm using that for anything. Yeah, because that's just gonna be some news. So this is just gonna make a new random task form.show. Just that should be all that I need from here. So if I go Control R, it's just like boom. The other thing actually that I want to do is go into that and have it go center screen. Way off in the middle of nowhere. Where is random task form? View code. Oh, that's the edit task form, not the random task form. Okay. Either way, I want you to center to screen. There we go. And boom. There we go. That's all I want. If that had more stuff going on, it would have more information. But let's go ahead and add a another task. Second task. Now I have second task, tester, second task, second task. You know, got those all piling up. Exit that. It's probably worth noting that, let's see. Actually, thinking about it, I'm just thinking a little bit about how I might want to handle the this suspend timer. Do I want it to turn off this? I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna have it just go ahead and leave it this way because that will this not updating is a sign that the timer is suspended. But actually I'm going to do this as well. This is just task tracker. I'm going to turn this into a property because I want to whoa. If value is a little bit easier. So if we have the timer suspended, I want to call it out. And I'm just going to do that so that way it calls out the fact that it's been suspended. So like if I go over here and I suspend timer, that now says that the timer is suspended. And then if I turn that off, it just goes back to normal text. So I'm going to have that there just for some additional information. I think that's going to go ahead and wrap things up for me today. I think I'm running out of ideas for other random stuff to do aside from global hotkeys. So we're rapidly approaching the point where it's going to be time to begin working on additional tasks. So that's really exciting. So until next time, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.